What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh my God, was that a great beginning, man? You guys?
Yeah, a buddy of mine made that for us.
Really?
Jared Haggerty from the Horror Shed podcast. He made that for
Holy
us.
shit, that's wonderful, man.
And the
Great to be
music is
and it's
actually
great to
by
be on your
Jeffrey.
show.
Craig, the music on that's by Jeffrey Hatrix, aka Jeffrey Nothing, who's going to be before the show. We were talking Cinema Wasteland. He's going to be at the next one. So I don't know
Oh,
if you're going to
good.
be there as well, but if you are,
I
you'll meet the
probably
guy that did
will
the music.
because I'm like a the heads of Cinema Wasteland, Craig. You are a regular because the fans love you because you're crazy and fun. LL.
Right on. So let's introduce everybody. We got Craig Muckler, who can't figure out how to work his camera, but he's on here.
I
That way,
can't.
that
I
way,
need a
not this way,
technician.
but that way. He's on here with the audio at least. He's the writer of Microwave Massacre, which I encourage all of you to watch on Tubi. I don't know if any of you got to. Hopefully you did. If you didn't, it's still on there. Check it out. And down below, we got my co-host Ryan Inman.
Atlas.
Hi, Ryan.
How you doing, Craig?
Oh God, so much happening. Great to be on your show. To be in Cleveland, Ohio, a couple of years ago, a couple of months ago, Cinema Wasteland,
That's where
where
we
I had
met. Yes.
where we met, and we had two shows of mine, new movies, A Taboo Identity, number one documentary of the last 5 years, Kay Parker's story, right? Kay Parker, the number one adult film star in the world.
Oh, we might have to Google her.
Uh, and as she was at Cinema Wasteland 2 years, she was there, I think, 2015. And I did the documentary on her, number one adult film star, transferred into the number one metaphysical therapist ever, helping people with major mental issues, including stopping from suicide. So it's remarkable.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
and
So
and,
go ahead.
and who and 2017 I was there with Chris Mulkey and my beautiful star Jill Sholin, the star of Phantom of the Opera, The Stepfather, you name it, and named the cutest girl in the world in 1988. But she was there in 2017 with me, and happens I got her to be my star interviewer in A Taboo Identity, which is remarkable.
Right on. So I did a bunch of research when we first talked, and I knew you were coming on. So I listened to a bunch of podcasts that you were on, other people's podcasts. And
Yes.
man, you got a crazy life that you led, man.
It,
You've
it,
experienced some stuff. So
holy shit. Holy shit. The ups and downs. As a kid growing up, I was stuttered and helped and bullied as a kid well, at age 5 because they thought I was slow, right?
yeah,
And guess
you,
what?
you had a stuttering problem, and you had to overcome that. And
And do you know how I overcame it? Because I was
I
held back because
good.
my next door neighbor on Lake Vermilion, northern Minnesota, was the vice president of Time magazine, right?
Okay.
And he loved northern Minnesota. He'd come up, and his next door neighbor would come up with them, and she would become a grand like a my other grandmother. Why? She influenced my life. And do you know who her famous son was who influenced my life and ended
Yeah.
up graduating at the University of Minnesota with a double degree?
I
W-
do
The
because I did my
the
research.
biggest
Go
Same
ahead.
the
here.
biggest freaking star in the freaking world was like family to me and influenced my life. Rock Hudson, the biggest star in the world.
And that was his grandmother, you said, right?
No, no, no.
Or his
His
mother?
Mother.
mother lived with
His
his
mother.
mother.
Okay.
Hales lived with us. And my
Yeah, yeah.
dad said,
I remember hearing that. It's like that is
my
insane.
God, the biggest star in the world influenced me. And I get you, this is great for your show. And when I was 13 years old, we all went out to Hollywood, right, as of our Christmas vacation. And we had dinner. At all dinner with a rock cousin, Stephanie Powers. Remember her?
Yeah.
Heart to Heart was there. All these people, and so Rock came up and says, "I hope you're having a great time, Craig." Well, anyway, my family left for northern Minnesota back, because it was Christmas vacation. But my parents said you can stay back a couple of days, and I stayed at Rock Hudson's mansion, the
Oh,
biggest
nice.
star. And guess what happened? I'm up there, 13 years old, playing these games on Rock Hudson's Mansion. For God's sake, heart to
That's
heart,
crazy.
a giant. And guess what? He said, Craig, come down to dinner at 5:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. I go down, 13 years old, and he said, my best friend is going to be having dinner with us. Who I go over there, and who is his best friend? The biggest, freaking, most beautiful star in the world, and the most
I do know
famous
this. Okay, go
actress
ahead.
of all, Elizabeth Taylor.
So you grew up with Rock Hudson, got to meet Liz Taylor. I mean,
Yeah, at
that's pretty
13 years
crazy.
old. My God. So guess what I do? I go up to dinner, and Rock Hudson says, hey, Craig, tell Liz what you want to do. I told Liz, I said, I want to be in movies, produce movies just like you. And Rock said, tell Liz why. I said, because I won't stutter and be bullied. And
Yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor said, you are going to. And then years later, I ended up graduating at the University of Minnesota with a double degree and B plus average and moved to LA, where I produced two of the top 20 cult films in the world. And I had a talk show that I stuttered on.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Crazy.
Yeah, to be able to overcome that. It's an inspiration for people that, like myself and everybody I think on here has been bullied at one time or another,
Oh, God,
for
yes.
different reasons. And
Yeah,
it's good to hear, stories of people overcoming anything.
you
So
bet, man.
Microwave Massacre, you wrote that movie, you wrote the movie, right?
I wrote it, because we did Malibu High, right?
Mhm.
I moved to LA. I worked at a movie theater, the movies of Tarzana, and I got to know Herb Berwick, a fan of mine, who directed Monster of Peter's Blanks, all this stuff, right? So I ended up taking his course within the year at UCLA on film producing and writing. Within a year, so anyway, I take his course. And I meet this guy named Larry Foldis right next to me, and the Tom Singer guy. And within months after the course, we formed a company and went up to Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara. Talked to no one's ever thought about this, and we talked to the heads of it. We said we want to do a movie here, and we'll use your students in it, to give credit. Major League, and Herb Berwick would direct the film, and his top guy, who was a DP on Creature from the Black Lagoon, for God's sake. And we shot it, the film, $100,000. And within a year, we made a deal with Crown International Pictures. They gave us $300,000, three times what it cost us to make it. I mean, this little guy from Minnesota, right? And within 3 years, it made over $5 million.
Oh,
It was
wow.
one of the top five to this day drive-in films of all time. And I was only 23 years old. And at one night, Tom Singer and myself, Wayne Burke, who was my song man, right? And we're in the motel. Says, for the film. And I wrote for Herb Burke's class, Microwave Massacre, for class, right? And I told them, said, oh my God, that's so funny. Within 3 months, we start writing the script. 6 months later, we're freaking producing this $100,000 film, Microwave Massacre. And I was talking with freaking Rodney Dangerfield about it.
Yeah.
Because he's Malibu High. He said, oh my God, Craig. Oh, what a great script. He couldn't afford it, but he said, I want, because you afford him, my best friend, and one of the top 10 stand-up comics in ever is Jackie Vernon.
Jackie
And
Vernon, who was the voice of freaking Frosty the Snowman. Is that right?
exactly. It's within
Hey,
two
what's up,
weeks.
Omar? Omar, Karen, Lorena in the comments. What's up,
Yeah,
guys? Go ahead. Yeah,
hello?
go ahead. I'm sorry. So yeah, Jackie Vernon, which is the voice of Frosty the
Yeah.
Snowman in the Christmas
No shit,
classic.
man. And
Also,
two, yeah.
was also a very well seasoned comic for many years at that
Oh,
time too.
Are you familiar with
And
his stand-up work, Ryan?
I am.
See, I'm
oh,
not.
thank
Yeah.
you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, because he's
And I
great.
just
Hey,
want
what's
to
up,
know.
Rosa?
I want to know. I want to know how you guys got him to do this movie,
Well,
because
here's
That
the
too.
he didn't do
Yeah,
many films.
yeah, because Rodney Dangerfield said we can't do. I can't do it. Nice guy, but I want to put you in touch with the manager of Jackie Vernon, who would be sensational. Within a week and a half, I'm meeting with Jackie Vernon and his manager. 2 days later, we sign him up for $100,000 freaking film with points in the film.
Hmm.
Points in the film, and I got to tell you, Jackie Vernon within the year he was like a father to me. He was like a father to me. He said, "Oh my God, Craig," because he did that. No one, and he says, and when Microwave Massacre, we took 3 years to find a distribution deal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Paramount Pictures loved it, but said we don't know what to do with it because it's
yeah.
totally different. And
Because
we
it
Oh, it's
finally,
different.
it was shot in '79, right?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and no one knew what to do with it because it's totally different. And in fact, I flew up to United Film Distribution, bought the print. The head president of the, and who did I meet up there? George A. Romero, whose
Oh,
Oh,
film
wow.
was being released, Dawn of the Dead. So I met him.
the
He
best
saw
one.
my film. He saw my
It's
film and said,
good. I like
he
the
saw my
original better,
film.
but that's me.
I said,
Dawn.
"Wow, Craig, what? Oh, holy shit, man! Do you have a film on your hand?" George
Yeah.
A. Romero told me that. But they couldn't do it because they didn't know how to release it. Paramount Pictures said this is the best, this is brilliant, but we don't know how to release it. So we kept on shopping it for the next 3 years, and then I made
Did
a
it ever get
single.
a theatrical release?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
So so anyway, in 1982, uh, uh, Radiance Films out of England contacted me. So Craig, we want your movie. They gave us a $40,000 advance, which
Oh,
is
right on.
incredible, to show it in a few select theaters in London, and and do the DVD. So one of our first theatricals in London, and the DVD became one of their top 3 DVDs in London. No shit, London. And what's the name yeah, what God, I forget his name of God uh, oh my God, the major comic group out of England,
Monty Python.
Monty Python, what's his name, told me this is his favorite film.
Right on, right on.
No
Yeah,
shit, man, because
yeah.
he was
I usually will play the trailer for the film while we're talking, but I found a trailer for this film and I cannot play the trailer for this film on Facebook.
No,
Oh
no.
God, I mean, it caught on and it helped me. I've had ups and downs, obviously, but because my stutter, I had the #1 talk show on Group W out of Santa Monica. #1, it was public access, but I made money on it because it was so big. I had sponsors. I had
Hmm.
everyone from, 1985. That's how I met Joe Sholin. She was on my freaking show with
Right
Bo
on.
Svensson.
Now, but
I mean, she was nobody then. I interviewed, that's why, to a degree, later on, she and I and become like best friends for obvious reasons. She's in my movie for obvious reasons. She's a beautiful actress, but she and I we have a lot in common. We were both bullied as kids, both of us. I won't tell you why she was, but she said, Craig, we are so much close because we were both bullied because, and look what we accomplished. And that's, Jill Sholin said, Jill Sholin herself said, you're the reason I'm coming back, Craig Muckler. Jill Sholin. You know what I mean? And the only film she's done in 30 years is my movie, Taboo Identity. You know
Right
that?
on.
My God. I mean, really, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
The cutest girl in the freaking world. I mean, after all, she was engaged to Brad Pitt. After all, for a reason. She's so cute.
Guess that you're doing all right there if you're messing with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. What? Brad Pitt and I are in the same category. And guess what? Who I'm friends with?
Who's
Brad
that?
Pitt. Brad
Oh,
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Yeah.
We have a lot in common, so it's pretty cool.
So you got
Because we both took acting classes together, and it was the same acting classes that Joe Sholin took back in the mid '80s. Honest to God,
Oh
Joe Sholin.
wow.
Yeah, so she was on my show because I had on my show Tony and Jean Bua, the #1 acting class teacher in the world. I mean, they were on heart, on this love of life. They and they got married on the show. They moved to Burbank and had this acting for life class, right?
Right
And
on.
who was there? Joe Sholin, right? Brad Pitt would it ended up in the class. All these top people, and Brad Pitt was nobody at the time. But who would have thought? You're 1986, I think. I went and I had acting. I took a couple scenes with Brad Pitt.
That's crazy. Like I said, man. Like I said, when I was doing my research for you, you've got some pretty crazy experiences
God.
in your life. That other people wouldn't have.
No, it's freaking insane. I'm in the Rock Hudson book right now.
Yeah, that
Rock
is
Hudson.
insane.
I'm in his freaking his biography, which is #1 biography of like 5 years ago. I'm in the freaking book, and now I'm doing my own radio show. Look at that, with Alpha. It was just
Al
aired Monday.
Pacino's stepmother, right?
Kathy Colvin Pacino is
Yeah.
family to me, and we just shot it for Easy Radio, Easy Way Radio, and iHeart Radio. So Kathy Pacino is family to me. We just aired Monday nationally, and my co-host, I mean my guests were two of the biggest TV stars ever. Chris Mulkey of Twin Peaks, right? Chris
Okay.
Mulkey, my God, he was in a Whiplash. I mean, two westerns out right now, and of course his girlfriend, Dana Sparks, the star of one of the biggest TV shows ever, Jag.
Oh,
She was gorgeous. I mean, Jag.
that's big shit, big stuff for sure.
So yeah, and so anyway, they were just on our show. So bring that up, Kathy Colby Pacino, and and it's on her jewelry line. But we'll rename the show later, like Craig's and Kathy's Crazy Hollywood. And and do you know who just called me about getting directly involved?
Who's that?
He had the #1 show on True TV for 6 straight years, and has one of the biggest radio shows on FM. Lou Pizarro himself, Operation Repo.
Oh, I remember that
Oh, I
show.
know that
I
guy.
mean,
Yeah,
it was
Lou was the
#1
big
for
guy from that show. That was a good show.
yeah, and he's one, and he's going to be directly involved with us. I mean, for 6 straight years, that show brought True TV probably $100 million.
Right on. Yeah,
And,
people
and
like the reality
People like,
TV
yeah,
thing.
people like that stuff.
oh yeah,
The scripted reality.
oh
Scripted
yeah,
reality. Yeah,
Lou Pizarro. I
absolutely.
mean, it was #1 in Hispanic nation. He's probably one of the biggest names in Mexico. Exactly. If you know what I mean.
Hmm.
And he's going to be working with us. I had him
So,
on our show.
back to Jackie Vincent.
Vernon.
Vernon.
Vernon. I'm sorry, Jackie Vernon. What was his comedy like? Was he like a blue comic, like he very adult
Oh,
oriented? Or?
well, you watch. He was deadpan comic. Everyone
Yeah.
deadpan. He was.
Self-deprecating.
Oh yeah.
Very
Yeah.
self-deprecating.
So,
Similar to the way he was in the film.
Yes.
oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
same way. And in fact, he played Vegas. His best friend was what's the name? God, who took over New York talk show? David Letterman's best friend.
Don't know who that is. I
David
do know who David
Letterman.
Letterman is. I don't know who his best friend is.
No, his best friend was Jackie Vernon.
Vernon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood you.
Oh yeah, man,
Now,
and no shit. So in fact, he went on his show to talk about my movie. My God.
So
speaking, go ahead.
You go ahead, Ryan.
Okay. Speaking of that, I was just curious because you mentioned Jackie agreed to do the movie. He did it for points. Did he do it purely for
Oh
points, or
yeah,
did he?
no. We paid him just between the film was $100,000 film,
Okay.
and he took probably 1/10 of the budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as far as the points go, though, I know it
It was
wasn't really released for more than 3 years, so it
it
took a
was like
while to get another check.
oh yeah, it was like 5 points. So
Yeah. Okay.
everything
Right on.
relative.
Now,
So one day, this is a great story. Back in finally, Microwave erupted into a huge cult film in all the mom and pop shows. So I think it was like 1984. I get a call from Jackie Byrne to come down. You remember, night at the Improv?
Yeah.
mhm.
Remember that? What's his name? Who ran it? God, Bud Freeman's night at the Improv National. So I get a call. I said, Craig, come on down. Because I met him before, Bud Freeman. I want you to meet one of my very best friends. I went down there. There's Bud Freeman, give me a shake. And he says, Craig, my best friend's coming here and wants to meet you. So I'm like, okay, what the hell? Who comes in? Says, "Hey, Jack." He gives him a "Hey, Bud," and who comes up and says, "Craig, you're the guy I want to meet because Jackie said out of all the stuff he's ever done, your film is going to live on." And he says, "And to me, Craig Muckler, your film is totally brilliant, dark comedy, one of the best ever." And do you know who that was? And he gave me a hug. Do you know who that was?
Who was that?
Robin Williams.
Oh, right on.
That
Are you
actually
fucking kidding
seems like
me?
something he'd be into, actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
really, I mean, the bit. I mean, ever.
Craig, I think I figured out what's going on with your camera. You got your phone held up to your face like you're talking on the
Oh
phone,
no
right?
wonder. Can you
Is that what it
watch me?
is? You gotta turn it on speaker and then hold it in
Oh my
front of you,
God, says.
or don't. Either way. But I think that was what's going on. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. You can
Can you
just
see
keep
me
talking.
now?
No, I can't see you now, but I can hear you. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't that amazing? I mean, I mean, this has been my life, ups and downs. I'm writing a book now with Kathy Pacino called "The Narcissist Handbook" or "How to Become a Narcissist in 12 Easy Steps," based on one of my best friends ever. But things happen, right? And famous, but things happen. But I just had to get because it's therapy for me. And Kathy Pacino, Al Pacino stuff. So we're a writing partner also.
Right on. So she's helped you write some of your films that you're working on.
Well, yeah, she will on some of that stuff. But our book is 80% done, called The Narcissist Handbook, and it's about narcissists in general because they have a tough time, tough life, but also to help them in general because they have a tough life, but they mess people like me up, right? Narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true, and
Absolutely.
it's sad because uh, we are love bombed and then gaslit. So
Mm.
it's really tough on us.
Right on.
Yeah, and
So
my
are
other
you
book
working
is
on anything currently, Craig?
and my other book, almost 90, is called CM Celebrity Magnet from Stutterer to Talk Show Host.
Or that is that a book you're writing then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right on.
And if you watch on Tubi right now, Tubi, one of my current films, doing great, is called low budget but doing great on Tubi, called Demonoids from Hell.
Yeah, I caught that one.
Yeah,
I caught that one.
you did.
It's different.
It's out there at Cleveland, Ohio. I did show Mark and Clark World Adventures, one of my new films. It's a sequel to Mind Melters too, and I'm working with um, uh, uh, James Balsama is a major cult filmmaker. If you look
Right
him up,
on.
he's major league. So,
Right
but
on,
he
man.
brought me on board, So I'm trying to
Oh,
raise money.
Rob Dowell. Rob Dowell. Uh, where is he from? St. John's,
St.
Michigan.
John's.
Jason. St. John's, Michigan. Jason. He says he hopes that you're going to work on a Microwave Massacre too.
Well, guess what? We've already wrote it.
I think it needs to happen.
David Bond, who produced Graduation Day, and he was the head of Crown International Pictures, for God's sake, wrote it. And it called Microwave Don't Go in the Oven.
Well,
And
here's the thing, with the microwave that was actually in Microwave Massacre, that thing was giant because back then they didn't make them so small.
No.
You had to cut people up a lot more to keep them in this small.
Robert Burns, the #1 art director in the world, right?
Mhm.
But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, be a close friend of mine, and I told you that it was Wes Craven got me him. He made the freaking oven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spectacular! I mean, this guy is. I mean, there's a reason why he was named by Paris Magazine #1 art director for horror of all time.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
In modern times, though, like nowadays, you might have to go a different direction. You have to call it like Air Fryer Massacre or something.
Air fryers, yeah. It's me an air fryer.
Yeah,
And then what we got to do is we got to get some other guy that's an icon from like a children's show like Jackie.
Yeah, great. And do you know who read the script and sent me a letter of intent?
Who's
So
that?
As Mob Beast, he said, "Oh my God, Craig, this is great." No shit. D. Wallace as the head
Oh,
of the
wow.
Oh
Cannibal
wow!
Family.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? D.
Yeah.
freaking Wallace.
Yeah, D. Wallace is a big deal for sure.
Yeah.
She's one of my best friends.
Oh, that's great.
And so so I have major. Around 5 years ago, we almost did it through Sony Screen Gems, right? Yeah, I was good friends with the executive producer there, and the president called me, and David Bond said, "Oh God, we're so fans. I mean, we know of your original, and for $5 billion we can do this." But and they were interested, and guess what happened?
What happened?
A year later, they do a science fiction film, like $150 million film, and it freaking bombed, and
Ah,
put our film under the bus.
I
No
can
lie.
imagine. Yeah, you start losing that kind of money, and people start to lose faith in you.
But well, in them, can you
In them,
imagine?
yes, in them.
Screen chips would have made it,
Mm.
and so anyway, I have major, because also in the last 2 years I did The Harbinger, right? $2.5 million film, helped produce Play Theaters, doing great. And my director of photographer wants to do Microwave Don't Go in the Oven. He says, everywhere I go, Craig, everyone talks about your film, and I want to direct it. Well, so anyway, The Harbinger, look that up. It's big, and I mean, it played theaters, starring, Madeline McGraw of the Black Phone is in it, and I was one of the producers of it to make sure, and it played theaters. I mean, it's classic. And my other film came out, a pretty good budget film called The Hand That Feeds, right?
Right
I've heard
on.
of that.
Last year, CripsCon won Best Horror Film of the Year, and I took home the award for it. And now it's on major, cable sites. And in fact, on January 6th, it's going to be playing a few select theaters, including Minneapolis. So it's, to get another film theatrically, which I helped produce. And in with Chris Mulkey, it's called The Hand That Feeds. And it won Best Horror Film of the Year last year at Crypticon. Best horror film.
Hell yeah. So are you going to you said I don't know if this was before we went on the air or not, but are you going to be back at Cinema Wasteland when it comes in the spring?
Well, I hope so. I'm not, because, well, I'm very good friends with the husband and wife team that do it. You know what I mean? They in fact they brought Joe Shulman, Chris Mulkey, and I, and Brink Stevens 2017 there, right?
Right
And we
on.
were great.
We
And
we had last week we had two of the original cast members from Texas Chainsaw Massacre on, and
Really?
they both were raving about Cinema Wasteland. It seems like in the industry that when these guys do cons, that's one of the ones that they really like to do.
Oh
I
yeah.
just wish I wish it would I wish they'd advertise better, first of all, because
Well,
Ryan
actually,
and I both being from Cleveland, never heard of it.
actually, they're in Scream magazine,
Yeah,
national. They
yeah.
put they,
I never heard of it until
really Scream magazine is at Barnes and Nobles. All the
yeah, but who reads magazines? You know, like
Anymore. Yeah.
who does? The horror fans go after the horror
you
magazines.
feel
That
insulted.
people.
I'm a horror
Like
fan. I don't read magazines.
like
I don't know.
famous monsters of Filmland.
Yeah. I don't. Like I said, the place is 5 minutes away from me, and I had never heard of it. I heard of it because I'm in some
actually, as
Texas
a horror
Chainsaw
fan,
groups.
you should go
No, I
because
did go. I loved
they
it.
have like 10 great horror magazines out there that are just wonderful,
Hey,
wonderful.
Patricia. Patricia says hi, podcast.
Delirium. I mean, in fact, I was featured in Delirium magazine, national,
Mhm.
and who got me in the magazine was what's the name? Charles Band got me in his magazine.
Oh,
Charles Band. I'm friends with Charles Band.
yeah, you got a hell of a friends list there, Craig.
You got that right, Charles Band, for God's sake, right?
Right on.
In
All right,
fact,
man. So,
I met him years ago because he almost picked up Microwave Massacre for his company.
oh, Patricia's making enchiladas this weekend. That's
All
awesome, Patricia.
right, that sounds good, man.
So the name of the show is the Whole Damn Enchilada Podcast. So that's why it's funny.
Well, this is a fun. Well, this is actually a pretty fun show, you guys.
Oh, we do our best. We do our best. But hey, Craig. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get you out of here because we've been going for a little bit over a half hour, and
Yeah.
we got some other stuff we need to
Okay.
talk about. But I want to thank you for your time coming on, and I'm really hoping that I get to see you at the Cinema Wasteland when it comes back.
I'll see you again there, and I'll love to come on a future show.
Oh
And be
yeah,
sure
whenever you got a
check out-
movie coming out you want to talk about, shoot me a text.
Yeah,
You got my number.
Well, obviously, The Hand That Feeds is coming up Major League. That's a big time.
Okay.
And of course, they can look me up online, Google me, Facebook for Kathy Colvin Pacino and my major radio show on Easy Radio. Okay?
Yeah, no, it sounds good, dude. And again,
All
thank
right,
you for your
man.
time. And when that movie gets ready to come out, man, shoot me a text, and we're definitely going to get you back on. Okay, brother?
I love you guys, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, Craig. All right. So that was Craig Muckler from the Microwave Massacre, among many other things.
Hey, I noticed he had 1 million associate producer credits.
Yeah, he's been involved in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good dude, man. Good dude. So yeah, he yeah, he's a good dude and great dude. I miss Cinema Wasteland. Ken and Pam are awesome, Patricia says. Yeah, Cinema Wasteland, I had a great time there. And we're gonna definitely go back. We were gonna vend there, but they were booked like crazy. But then somebody canceled and they could have vended there, but I found out way too late and it was a whole deal.
Right.
But,
I need to get my ass painting anyway.
Right. And then Ryan didn't have any stock to sell anyway, so I wasn't going to spend $150 just to shake hands, so I want to sell something. We were going to use it as a way to for Ryan to sell his masks that he makes.
Yeah, we didn't want to
also to promote the podcast.
We didn't want to pay the fee to kiss hands and shake babies.
What's up, Charles? So Charles, your guest canceled again? Is that what you're saying? He said cancellation. What a bitch. He had a guest booked for Tuesday's show, and then he ended up doing. Oh no. Okay. Good. Glad to hear that. So she's going to be on the night, and I forget who they are. Could you post in the comments, Charles, so I could talk about it? Oh, just agree with you about guests. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he was supposed to have a guest, and he'll say who it was in a second. And they canceled on Tuesday. So for his show, he did he did Nightmare on Elm Street and a watch along kind of, which he did with Christine, and it was really cool. Christine was cool with that too. I like the way he's doing that when he does the watch along. He'll have the show playing like in the big screen. Most of the screens, and then a little screen of him, and he'll talk facts about the movie and stuff, but you can still hear the movie. So it's really cool. It's like watching a movie with your friends. I like it. Anna Campbell from Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Stone, and Never Hike Alone 2. That's who's going to be on his show.
Nice.
Right on. Yeah, we're gonna everybody go check that out. He goes live at about real close to 8:00.
Actually,
go ahead.
I had this idea a while ago, but that kind of did it sort of kind of like that, but like obviously nobody super major or anything, but maybe even and this couldn't be maybe not like our regular show, but something else like special.
Yeah.
Like
watch-alongs?
Maybe not even just that. Maybe have a director of a film do like a live commentary with us.
That would be cool.
While we interview him, while we watch.
I got a guy that would probably be interested in doing that.
Yeah. I know a couple too.
Yeah. I bet you Bobby Heckman would do that with us.
Oh, he would love. Oh, definitely.
We'll talk about that off the air and try to figure out a way to make that happen.
I think that would be pretty. I think it'd be pretty fucking cool, man. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be really that's a really good idea. Yeah, because with those guys, it'll help promote their movie and it'll help people that have already seen it get more of an insight. Love your background art, Rick. Thanks, Patricia. You see, we gave Michael Myers a makeover, turned him into Roy. What do you think about that? Is that pretty cool?
I actually had my Part 5 mask on him over here for a while.
I knew I had the blue jumpsuit in the car, and I was like, my first idea was like, because green is for Part 2 and blue is for Part 1. I was like, I could change him back and forth and put him into Part 1 outfit or Part 2 outfit. And I was like, if I put that blue jumpsuit on him, I could throw the hood on him, and I could throw the fucking mask on. Hey, he fits better with the show this way.
Well, I got that shirt, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Underrated Halloween. Halloween 6 is on.
Cool dude, man, but he kind of has he just goes on and on and on,
Yeah. Halloween 6 is underrated. That's all I'm saying.
Do you own it?
No.
Damn, man, because I don't remember it. I haven't seen it in forever. I'm wanting to see it. I go to the Exchange to buy movies a lot. Because it's out of print. It's like $40-$50 for the DVD.
It's tough to track down.
And then there's two versions of it. The director's cut and the other one. They're both totally different from what I hear, or different enough where you want to see both.
Yeah.
Can't find it streaming, nothing.
Is it as good as Part 1 or 2? No, but it's underrated.
Rob, we have not given away that mask. That mask gets given away next week on the show. And did you enter the contest? Because I didn't see you on there. You're supposed to like the comment on the post, tag a friend. If the friend likes the show or comments back, they are entered as well as you. So I don't know if you've done that or not, but if you haven't, do it. And everybody else do that. It's pinned at the top of the page. Somebody else took care of that. I don't know. Was that you that did that?
I did.
Okay. I was going to say, I know I meant to do it. Omar, by the way, I couldn't get to it with Craig. Craig wouldn't let us get a word in edgewise. But he was talking about doing a prequel to Texas Chainsaw, where it shows how Grandpa Sawyer started working at the butcher at the slaughterhouse. Man, that sounds like a good idea. I would contribute to a campaign for that.
I would too.
Yeah, definitely would. I mean, Omar, if you could figure out a way to get that happening, man, I really, really think that'd be a good idea, man.
We could probably hook you up with the real grandpa to do.
I know, and I was just about to say it. He would do something
like a narration or something. Even
you could have him. You could have him You could have John Dugan, who was on the show last week, and I know he'd do it for the Do Re Mi because that guy was so much fun. But you could have him at the beginning of the movie setting it up in the grandpa fucking costume, and then go into the young grandpa.
Yeah. You'd have to probably at least triple John Larroquette's pay for the old narration. It'd have to be at least 3 joints.
Yeah, it had to be at least 3 joints for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Inflation since 1974.
But yeah, I especially I don't know where you are in association with Tennessee, because that's where he's at.
Yeah,
he'd probably be interested in it. I could bet.
Oh, I bet he would too.
How much fun were those guys, man? They were good.
Yeah, man.
So
they both were. I'm sorry,
but especially John.
John was a riot, though.
He was, man. And I've heard other podcasts with Alan Danziger, and he's really funny too. But
Alan Alan has that East Coast like sharp wit.
Yeah, exactly.
I dig that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's got that New York wit, man.
So those of you that are still on in the comments, if you haven't yet, and you probably haven't yet, because I just posted it about a half hour ago. I earlier today did the Christmas special with Marcy King, Robert Kurtzman, Adam Marcus, talking mostly about Secret Santa, but we talked a lot about both of their respective earlier careers. And that is on Spotify. The link might be on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's about an hour and a half long, and we had a really, really good conversation. Charles got to go. Great special, by the way. Oh, yeah, you checked it out. Great. So, yeah, when we wrap up here, guys, go over to the Dive and check out Rumble and check out the Dive with Charles Sherrod, as he has his guest from the movie coming on tonight, Anna Campbell, Never Hike Alone, who we had Vincent on earlier this year. Yeah, we've been killing it with guests, man. It's like one after the other. We had to get back to doing it's going to be weird to do a show without a guest, but that'll be in like at least 2 weeks, because next week we got Nina Yarrington, who was formerly of the Dolls of Horror, going to come on and discuss 1991, the year in horror.
Yeah, it's a good year.
It's a good year, yeah, for sure. And then after that, I don't think we got anybody, unless somebody gets back to us.
I haven't put a list together yet for 91, but I've done some homework, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not going to be hard to come up with a quick list.
Yeah,
to do a little bit of a deeper dive, you might have to do some research.
It's not as good as 81, but nothing is.
What is?
Yeah. But yeah, it's better than the other 2 years that we've done.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, did Deborah Sullivan come on at all?
Oh, she was really sick. That's why we didn't do it on Monday. She was sick. Marcy King was sick, but she was like in bed sick and still was. So I didn't get to talk to her. I was
wasn't Deborah really sick in July too when we reviewed?
When we tried to do, that's why they didn't come on for the review. Yeah. So just it's me. She doesn't want to talk to me. That's what it really is. No, I told Adam.
It must be because I wasn't there today. You can't blame me.
Yeah, you can't blame you today.
Now, if Adam mysteriously gets sick when we do Jason Goes to Hell, you can blame me for that.
You know what? And I was trying to text you that I couldn't get you in, but he started talking about Jason Goes to Hell a little bit. So I was gonna be like, hey, if you got something you want to ask him, I probably could slip it in. But you were probably at work because you weren't talking too much today, so you're probably pretty busy at work.
I was at work until right before I got here.
We did this at it was noon his time, 3 our time.
Oh yeah,
we were on for about an hour and a half. And Robert Kurtzman, he's from near Mansfield. They live there now. Mm-hmm. And his wife Marcy King, who's his assistant and does makeups with him and everything. She is she lived in Cleveland for a while.
Really? Where at? Did she specify?
West Side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of us then.
Yeah, one of us near the Christmas Story house. She said she had kids at Metro.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty crazy. She said she's turning 60 years old this week, and I don't know if you had a chance. You probably haven't had a chance. But when you get to see this special, she doesn't look a day over 45, man.
I saw the screen cap of it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, 60. That's crazy. But yeah, they were really really cool, And I asked him about the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 kill. I should have let him talk first, but that one wasn't his. And I swear I set it up was I said what was like one of your more favorite effects that you've done, because this one's mine that you've done. And he goes, yeah, that wasn't me. Thanks, pal.
I would assume that it was though, because
but he didn't do the motorcycle kill.
I would assumed it was because that's like obviously the most in-depth, detailed one in that film.
He said that there was three separate teams of special effects crews that worked on that film.
Yeah, because that particular one definitely was the most budget for sure.
He did the effect where Freddie and her are like together and they're like splitting in half and shit.
Yeah.
So he did that. But and like the dude's just done everything. Like you brought it to my attention. I didn't even realize that he the story for why do I always forget the name of this goddamn movie? From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Was his, and he actually gave Quentin his break because Quentin wasn't out before that.
Hmm.
Quentin wrote the movie, and then the movie was shelved for a while. Then Quentin came out with his things. But Quentin was working at the video store when Quentin Tarantino, that is, by the way, guys. He was working at the video store, and he hadn't even gotten into anything. He got recommended to Robert by somebody who had read some of his stuff, and that's how Quentin wrote the screenplay for it.
Well, what year did True Romance come out?
True Romance wasn't out when he agreed to write the screenplay because he had written True Romance, but it wasn't out yet because Bob really wanted to direct it himself, and he couldn't find a studio to do it and let him direct it. So it kept getting pushed back and pushed back. But by then, Quentin had already wrote the screenplay.
Well, Tony Scott was a good choice for True Romance, though.
Oh no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, okay, that's Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez eventually did it because at that point they weren't going to let him do it. Him being Robert Kurtzman, and he wasn't going to just shelf this thing forever. So he said, "Fuck it," and then got Robert Rodriguez. But by that time, Quentin had already wrote the movie, and the way he got the gig from Bob Kurtzman is he shipped him the scripts that he had written for Reservoir Dogs, True Romance, and another really good movie that I didn't even know he wrote.
Natural Born Killers.
That's the one.
I hate that fucking movie. The script is awesome. The script is great. The movie sucks.
I haven't seen it in a very long time, so I don't know. Like, you know how like you like things a long time ago, and then you watch it now, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Be one of those.
I loved it in high school. You know. Yeah. I watch it now. Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since high school.
That's Oliver Stone.
I might not like it anymore.
Yeah, Oliver Stone made that, but he if you read the script and then watch that movie, are two different things altogether.
Oh, Quentin's an amazing writer. I mean,
of course, yeah. The script for that movie is great.
So those films they came out before From Dusk Till Dawn, but he got hired by Bob Kurtzman to write the screenplay before those movies came out.
Yeah, because I think Reservoir Dogs is 92.
And that was his first feature.
Yeah, that he directed. I think True Romance was 93, but he sold the script before Reservoir Dogs. I think he funded some of Reservoir Dogs with the money he got from selling True Romance.
I think you're right.
And it's crazy too, because now you can look back. I've always been a Pulp Fiction guy, and I still love the movie. I think I actually like Reservoir Dogs best.
I like it better than Pulp Fiction.
I think I do now. It's so stripped down, but it works.
Yeah, that's why it works. It's just so the actors really have to act. I mean, so that really made it good.
And like a lot of our friends that we talk to on here, that independent filmmakers, you really look at that. There's Chris Penn wearing his own fucking clothes.
Yeah, like Alan Danziger, and then he got his shirt stolen.
Yeah, Disco Stew.
Disco fucking Stew, buddy.
That was so great. The dude, just when you put that picture up the first time, just John's belly laugh. He laughed like a wild hyena when you put that photo up.
What I'm gonna do is since the Simpsons artwork is pretty simple to draw, I'm going to draw Disco Stew and draw Leatherface killing Disco Stew and then send it to him. I bet you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah. I'm just laughing thinking about it, man.
Right on.
So, before I forget, what a piece of garbage football game tonight, man.
What's tonight?
Oh, dude, it's the Chargers at the Raiders, and I won't even.
And the Chargers without Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah, Easton Stick is starting at quarterback. And Aiden O'Connell is still starting for the Raiders. They don't have Garoppolo either, so it's just
That's so bad.
Nothing, dude. And it's
my wife, she got some free bets for not the ESPN one, but it's another one. You get two $50 free bets.
Yeah,
I'll find out the name and I'll send it to you if you haven't done it.
Okay.
And or you get $50 total, two $25 bets. And when I was setting up her, bet on one side, bet on the other side to guarantee her win. So you have to load it with like the $5 or $10. So I was making a bet with that. I bet $5 on the money line for whoever beat Miami. Was that Tennessee or Houston?
Tennessee.
I always get those confused. Tennessee, yeah, because it was Houston. It wouldn't have been as big of a shock, right? So I just had a feeling that they were going to win the game. So I threw the money line on there, and then I was trying to put a parlay with their other $5. I was going to pick Hopkins to score a touchdown. I was going to take the over, and I was going to take Tennessee. Her phone froze up. I didn't get it in. $5 on that, I would have won a couple $100, I think.
Probably not a couple
through.
hundred, maybe $100.
Yeah, it came through.
Like 20 to 1, yeah, something like that.
And I was just like, yeah, because everything was plus. Everything was plus.
Yeah.
I don't know how much plus, but everything was plus.
Tennessee was actually down by 14 points with under 3 minutes to go, and they came back and won that game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning because I didn't it was like, if we win, she got like $40 on that $5 bet.
Yeah.
And I was like, looked at the phone, like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So she gets 40 plus I bet on the Browns and the Bears. If the Browns win, she'll get a little bit less. If the Bears win, she'll get a little bit more. But
so the Raiders were at home last week as well on Sunday, and they hosted the Vikings. Do you remember what happened in that game?
No, I know. What's his name got benched.
It was perfect, beautiful Las Vegas weather, 70 degrees, crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky, not windy. That game ended 3-0.
Las Vegas weather?
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, they play in a dome, so the weather's always great.
Well, they can open it though.
Oh, it was okay. I didn't know that.
It was open because there's no need to close the dome when it's 70 degrees and crystal clear.
Yeah.
That game ended 3-0. Minnesota won that game 3-0.
And I know they benched Dobbs in the game. So
yeah, he's terrible. So yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
And now they have Mullins, who also played in Cleveland, I believe.
Who's that?
Nick Mullins, wasn't he a backup?
Yeah, he was here.
Yeah.
He started against the Raiders 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, so now they have another outcast Cleveland QB out there.
Another one of the, I think we're on the 36 starting quarterbacks. Yeah. So bad.
Well, at least the one down in Tampa is at least throwing my guy Mike Evans to like $1 billion. The way he's playing.
Well, he's got that guy. He's not good. I'm sorry. 2 touchdowns a game under 200 yards, and he'll get you that every time.
And Mike Evans,
good? I don't know.
Mike Evans gets 150 yards and 1.5 of those touchdowns every week.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And they're going to make the playoffs, and all these Cleveland fans are going to have to hear about it. And I
don't think they're going to make the playoffs. The schedule is about to get really hard.
Everybody else's is too down there. You're going to win the division with 7 wins.
They're 6-7 now,
right?
Yeah.
If they get one more, they're probably going to win the division.
I think it would take 9.
Do you think it's going to? Every team in the league is going to be above 500? You don't think no under 500
in that division? Somebody, I mean, New
to
Orleans.
go to the playoffs. I meant. If somebody's going to the playoffs under 500, it's coming out of the division.
It's going to be a division winner, not a wild card.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It'll be in that division. So if you're saying you got to get to 9 in that division, then no sub 500 team makes the playoffs.
You can be, yeah. I think you need 9 because isn't New Orleans 7-6?
I think there's 3 teams that are 7-6 down there.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Carolina is terrible.
Right on.
Carolina's won 2 games.
Right on.
They're off. Is Stroud toast?
I don't know. I know he got injured.
They beat the shit out of him in that game, man. The Jets were ready. They had some kind of game plan for him, man.
Yeah, he's really good.
And hadn't he only thrown like 2 picks all year or something?
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy like that. He was about to have like one of the better rookie QB seasons ever, but yeah, he got his brains bashed in.
But he was he's leading the league in passing right now, passing yards.
Yeah. Well, if he misses any time, man.
Oh yeah, that won't you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was in concussion protocol. I think that was the deal with him.
Oh, for tonight's, yeah, he got his brains beat in.
Yeah, so who knows? He might be back, he might not.
So for tonight's game, I'm going to the Raiders are a 3-point favorite, and that's I just wouldn't bet it.
Don't even bet it.
No. Throw $5 on a 0-0 tie or some shit on.
Yeah, it's a miracle to happen. Because if it does, man, it pays really good.
Because I mean, the Raiders' defense is pretty good. They got the pass rush. The Chargers have pieces on defense too. So both of these defenses are sound, but both of these offenses are garbage.
Yeah, they got a Bosa in San Diego, or they're not even San Diego anymore. L.A.
Yeah,
wherever the hell they are.
Joey Bosa's there, and what's his name? The safety that Tampa Bay passed on twice, Derwin James from FSU. He's awesome.
Nice.
They got pieces, man, and of course the Khalil Mack's there too. Actually, on the other side. So
definitely.
And they got a brutal pass rush for the Raiders too, with Crosby and whatever the hell else. I forget the other guy's name, but they're both of those. Yeah, crazy pass rushes on both teams and no QB.
So that interview I did earlier, I put on the Spotify. So while you're at work, if you want to listen to something, you can listen to that. And
maybe while I'm driving,
to the Spotify, follow the page, follow the YouTube. What's that?
I can't listen to shit at work.
Oh, you can't?
Hell no.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you could, like, while you were working.
I'm management, brother. I get called and paged all the time.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah. No, not right on. I wish I wasn't.
So I got another commitment for the podcast. I'm probably gonna fuck her name up, but Freddy Krueger's mom, Beatrice Bopple.
Oh yeah.
Bopple? Is it Bopple? Looks like Bopple. But she said she would do the podcast, but after January, after the holidays.
Sure.
So we're gonna work on that, and I'm gonna reach out to Lisa Wilcox. I have her info. Maybe get and of course, we gotta have Jared Haggerty. We get those guys on. He'll do the show with us.
Save January 23rd though. I'm gonna book something for that.
Okay, cool. I'll
leave that. Leave that one open because that is my birthday.
All right, yeah. So we do something special for that day.
It actually falls on a. Oh wait, my birthday's on a Tuesday. It'd be the 25th. We'll do it on the 25th. Yeah.
Right on.
I don't know why I thought it was a Thursday.
We do a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5 show.
The week after that, maybe.
No, I'm saying with Beatrice and with if Lisa Wilcox can find time. Because she told me she would do it, but I'm not going to believe she's going to do it until she does it.
I think we could get her.
Because like when you're in a line at a convention paying somebody to sign something for you, maybe it's Omar said he would like to be on a podcast with us. Message me. We'll talk about it. We'll do maybe one of our You're in Horror shows and get you on to talk about just random stuff. But
dude, we had John Dugan and Alan Danziger. Ain't nobody go big time us.
What's it?
We had John Dugan and Alan Danziger. Ain't nobody gonna big time us.
We got some pretty good people. We got the Microwave Massacre guy earlier.
Yeah, Craig Muckler.
Craig Muckler. He is wild, man. He's something.
He's the best character.
He had the camera going up his nose.
He had the close up on the eye.
This is why, because he had the phone like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got to throw that on speaker and put it down.
He's got a lot of stories, though.
Yeah, he does, man. He does. You need St. John. We tried to get you on, Rob, when we did the wasn't it the? Didn't we try to get him on when we did the cosplay episode?
Yeah.
And then you didn't respond. I'll post where I sent you the link in your messenger. But we'll try to get you on again.
And then didn't he say you want to come on the show I missed when I bought my car?
That might have been the one I was going to have him on. Yeah, that was the one. That was the one. And I have Brian on. I was going to talk some cosplay stuff.
That was for the thing. The night I got my car.
No, yeah, the thing. But yeah. I knew that Charles couldn't do too long.
Right.
So we cut it in half. And he was going to come on the second half.
Okay.
Or that's the way I was going to do it, but he didn't respond. It was when Ryan was out. Yep. Yeah, that's when it was. Yep. See, he knows. But we'll try to get you on again for something. But it's been a little over an hour. And I'm
still kind of on the mend a little too. So I'm on the ginger ale. And not the non-alcoholic beer. And I grew a sick beard.
A sick beard?
Yeah, I was sick, so I didn't shave. I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
Is it starting to get fucking
in
cold?
About 3 weeks, we'll have the Jesus beard back.
Yeah, it's starting to get fucking cold, man. I'm having to scrape ice off my windshield in the morning now.
You don't got a remote start on that deal?
I do.
But you don't think about it until it's too late and you got to go scrape your car?
Yeah, I'm already walking out the door, man.
Yeah, I usually hit the remote on mine, but I forget sometimes. I go out there and God damn it, I just sit in the car and wait for it to warm up. I don't care. I ain't scraping shit.
Maybe I'll do that in the morning tomorrow if it gets that cold.
Well, right on. So we're going to wrap this up, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming. Craig Muckler for coming on and talking with us. And check out the page. Enter the contest for the free signed CJ Graham Hawk. Tune in next week. We're going to have Nina Yarrington on. We're going to talk all things 1991 horror. So do a little homework so you guys are ready for that. And, yeah, that's just about it. You got anything you want to add?
I guess Raiders 13, Chargers 9. Don't watch the game. It's going to suck. And there goes the neighborhood.